Hey ComicWow, this is Big Rick here, and this is another edition to the Cosplay Spotlight. And I have Becky Taka from Becky Taka Cosplay here today with us, and we're going to go ahead and ask her some questions. So let's go ahead and start that.
Okay.
Becky,
Hi.
you were dressed as Supergirl, as I can tell. I'm a big fan of the whole, I like a big S in my life. Yeah, like Superman, Superboy, Supergirl, Crypto. I like Brainiac. I think Brainiac's awesome. So what about this whole cosplay thing what got you into doing this?
Actually, growing up, I was more of an anime fan, and I heard about my first anime con. It was NecoCon 2001.
Which is in Norfolk, Virginia, or Hampton.
It's changed because it goes from Chesapeake to Hampton to Virginia Beach. It's been
all over the
place. But that was where I grew up.
Okay.
So I had a friend that went to this NecoCon thing, and I went. 2001 was my first one, and I got hooked. And she told me, "Oh yeah, everybody dresses up." And of course, back then it was everyone in like, just thrift store things and horrible wigs and everything. But it was fun.
Absolutely.
It was what we did. We ran around conventions and would wear the same. Some people would wear the same costume like all weekends, but I mean, I would have to switch it up because it's like, oh, I got 3 days, so I can be like, I can bring 10 costumes.
What?
But I got hooked, and my grandmother was a seamstress. She made my first costume for me.
And that was?
Sailor Moon,
nice.
of course.
Of course, yeah. And it's a very, gateway drug.
It is,
into the whole cosplay community.
Because I watched Toonami and stuff when I was younger.
Very cool. I can appreciate all that.
Yeah.
Now, as far as you said that anime was your first love.
That was my gateway. That was my gateway drug.
Okay.
Yes.
That was your gateway drug into the cosplay community was anime. Now, Taka, you mentioned that is a...
Yes, it's, this is my weeb status showing. I used to go by Minako Kitty, but then I was just like, that name is really dumb. Then I came up with it when I was like 16 or something, like everyone with their first handle. So then when I was later thinking about like, okay, well, how do I want to rebrand myself and get my name out there a little more, I chose Taka because my last name is Hawk, and Taka is Japanese for hawk, so ta-da! I'm so creative.
But it's still pretty cool. I mean, it's very easy to find, and if somebody wanted to find you on Facebook as your cosplay
Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, like everything is the same name across the board.
Very cool. Now, you have a secret identity.
I do.
Where you have where you go out and do real world stuff.
Yes.
And what would that be?
I still dress up.
What?
I am a fairy tale princess look-alike character for a couple different party companies, and I do corporate events and children's birthday parties.
So you go out on your free time and dress up.
Well, I mean, that's paid time. Oh, free time, like hobbies.
You go out on your free time and dress up at conventions, and then you go to work and dress up and make money to go on your free time to dress up. It's like a circle.
It is. I sleep on the ceiling.
Oh my God.
I have a loft bed so I can have my 5 sewing machines. Because the embroidery machine, the serger, the straight stitch machine, the cover stitch machine. I gotta have them all. I need all of them. So I was like, when I was trying to set up my room in my new place, I was like, where am I gonna sleep?
I've seen this a lot with cosplayers where their living space isn't really their living space. It's their hoarding.
It's a studio.
It's their hoarding space for fabrics and machines and all this other stuff.
And then I was just like, oh, I'll sleep on the ceiling.
Nice.
So I bought the tallest loft bed and I sleep in a crawl space.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Now, what is the next convention that our fans can see you at?
Otakon, probably?
Okay, that's July 24th, 25th, 26th?
Sounds about right.
All right, so
I'll be wearing anime costumes. I don't get to wear them that much anymore.
All right, so there's this anime costume that I've seen recently. It's probably been around for a lot longer than...
I probably know it.
But it's not so much a character as it is a concept of, they call it Lolitas.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a fashion.
Oh, okay.
It's considered like a fashion subculture.
Oh, okay.
So you have like Gyaru and Lolita and like kind of course this shows how old I am, but like the visual K style, and it's
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, well, I just gave away my age. Yeah, it's all people that are just fans of Japanese culture in general, and then the fashion styles, the street fashion styles that follow that.
Very cool. All right, so you can find her at Otakon, ladies and gentlemen, and that's where I will be as well, because that happens to be my birthday weekend, and we're going to have a blast. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to show off some more of her other costumes here. We're going to do a little poof. Check it out. She's back, and in a beautiful Disney belle. It is Becky Taka. Wow, you look amazing.
Thank you.
And earlier we were talking about how you do the party princess stuff. Mm-hmm. Is this your popular one?
No, not at all. Actually,
what?
I wore it. Okay, so I bought this fabric years ago, and I knew I wanted to remake like a good belle dress. We won't talk about my first one. And I was just like, okay, well, I'll just go ahead and make it so I can have it for princess parties. And I wear belle like once a year. Okay. But the frozen thaw is happening a little bit in the party princess world.
Okay.
So finally, we're starting to see more bookings for classic characters. So I got to wear Belle this month recently, and I was so excited.
When you go to these parties and you dress up as a princess, are there certain etiquettes that you have to follow? Or that you impose on yourself to follow?
I mean, like, even if you're branded as a look-alike character, I mean, we're not fooling anybody. We know who I'm supposed to be.
Right.
So you always, you know, you are the real live character
to that, especially to the kids,
to the child. Yeah. So you you want to keep the magic, the magic alive. Don't break character. Don't do things that would make any of us look bad. You know, as the party princess community. Sure. Yes, we do. We have a mafia. I'm sure you didn't know.
I did not know, and I do not want to anger that mafia because I know a lot.
No, you don't. You do not.
Because it is a Disney thing. But not Disney thing.
But not is it?
Do you follow any Disney rules? Like where if you point with two fingers and everything?
No. I mean, like, well, I mean, you never be like, you know, you gesture.
Okay, grandiose.
Yeah, nice. Princess gesture. But there's also the difference between going like, oh my, and also trying to get 25 kids' attention. So it's like you have to, like, you are a princess. But you're also trying to rally.
You're also a cat wrangler.
Yes, exactly.
Very cool. Well, thank you for this. We're going to bring you in with something else, I hear. Check it out. We're now wearing Wonder Woman. Look at her. I'm going to step back here. Boom! It's amazing. Now, when you're doing all these costumes and you are sewing all the product that you're putting on your, you know, as far as the materials, what do you find to be your material that you love to work with, and what do you hate?
I'm such a fabric person. I love all fabric.
Okay.
Like I have a stash, I have a hoard of fabric that I will probably never use.
So Joann's knows you.
Oh, come on, I don't shop at Joann's. That's commonplace stuff.
Oh, wow.
No, I buy fabrics everywhere. So different online sources, or if I travel, I go to fabric stores. But yeah, I do get a lot of stuff from Joann's and Hancock Fabrics.
Okay.
But let's see, like this corset is of pleather. Okay. And that's always a challenge to work with. Okay. But yeah, I don't know if I have a least favorite fabric. Probably something really thin, like really thin, cheap stuff. Okay. Some silks are really hard to work with.
Sure. Do they fray real easy as you're sewing?
It's more like they bunch and they pucker as you're sewing, so it requires a lot. And like silk, you have to be so delicate with it, so you have to like steam it out. And it's
I only asked that because I used to sew. I'm not going to get into that, but yes, I used
home ec. Did you make some boxers?
No, I did it for like 6 months. I worked in a company where we made drop holsters for the military.
Oh, nice.
I sewed certain parts of the holster kit.
Yeah.
I was a chick for like 6 months. I was okay with it.
Sewing is manly.
It is. But I got really good at it.
Man knitting. Have you ever done man knitting? That's chainmail.
No, but I want to. So somebody send me a link to a video where I can learn how to man sew on some chainmail. Now, with you doing DC characters, Supergirl and Wonder Woman and Batgirl.
Batgirl's my next one.
Okay.
I actually commissioned the helmet, the new Babs Tarr style. Finding the right color, yellow leather or yellow pleather was like really difficult. Okay. I actually bought the real Doc Martens from the UK. Nice. Yeah, I dropped a lot on them, but I had to have them. Sure. She wears Doc Martens. I had to have them. So that's my next big one.
Very cool. So that's like a theme with you. You like DC characters. You mentioned it earlier. The ladies of DC, the strength and that they exude and everything. Yeah. DC, in my opinion, has had some difficulties with their movies.
Yes,
Now,
a little bit.
And they have this one coming out, you know, Batman versus Superman.
I think it's gonna be good.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be good. Okay, now I know I might gain some haters for this.
That's okay.
I'm not the biggest fan of Gal Gadot.
Okay, sure.
I think she's too scrawny.
All right.
Even though she tried to bulk up, she's just one of those body types that she just can't build muscle.
Sure.
And that's not her fault.
Right.
I mean, I'm not gonna go as far as to like slam her for the way she looks.
Sure.
I would have preferred like Ronda Rousey or what is it, Adrian Palenque, or what do you say? The one that did the Wonder Woman pilot.
The pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was a beefy like.
I think that Wonder Woman should
Yeah.
have a lot. I mean, granted, right now I'm like a scrawny Wonder Woman. I haven't been lifting as much as I should. But
Cars and things.
You know, right? But I just, in my mind, Wonder Woman is like this tall, almost not quite a female bodybuilder, but just
Sure.
this like imposing thing, not like this little cute wayfish model.
Sure. I think how DC does their animated movies, they portray Wonder Woman perfectly.
Perfect.
Because there's one animated movie where she comes and she's like this much taller than Superman.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and
it's
her
amazing.
attitude. Her attitude is just very like.
Yeah, Amazonian and rage.
She's a princess.
Yeah.
And she knows it.
Absolutely.
And that's why I love her.
Again,
Different kind of princess.
Absolutely. And I love it. And I love that you were able to come in today, and we really appreciate it. And thank you very much. All right, everybody out there in ComicWow-verse, make sure you follow Becky here at Becky Taka Cosplay on Facebook. Like her stuff. Follow what she's doing. I'm sure she's going to be putting up a lot of stuff on builds coming up. So, again, stay tuned. Cosplay Spotlight will be back with another one soon.